Okay, Dr. Revis here with Chapter 4 of Chem 111. This chapter would look a lot at what's called stoichiometry of chemical reactions. And when you think of stoichiometry, you want to think of how many pieces does it take to make a item or an item. Okay, how many pieces do I need to put together and what is the ratio of those pieces? For example, I want to put together a clock. I need 12 numbers. I need 2 hands. I need a face. Maybe I'll put a shield on it, but it's optional. But you get it. If I want to have a bike, I need 1 frame, 2 tires, 1 handlebar, 2 pedals. That's stoichiometry. So those are the concepts, or at least examples of the concepts that you'll be learning in this chapter. Other things you'll be looking at is writing balanced chemical equations. You will want to get good at that. Let me warn you in advance. From this chapter moving forward, you will want to pay attention to whether or not the equations are balanced. Occasionally, people like myself and professors will leave unbalanced equations, expecting that now moving forward, you know step 1 is to balance the equation. So any equation you see going forward, check it first. Okay, if it's chapter 6, 7, 8, 9, doesn't matter. You're responsible now for checking to make sure that equation is balanced moving forward. And that's critical. All right. And so when you balance it, you'll be putting these coefficients in front of things to multiply it by math. So you'll want to practice basic, straightforward multiplication math. We will not, by the way, go into a lot of detail of the math in these courses. Occasionally, we might give you some hints and some videos on that as well. But in the formal lectures, we won't spend a lot of time refreshing your memory on all the details of the math. In most cases, we will walk right through it, assuming you've reviewed that or you've had it. All right, so write the balanced equations, classification of reaction, memorization, straight memorization, and you'll see the tricks to memorizing it. When you start to memorize it, don't just sit down and try to just blindly memorize it. There is a systematic way that these reactions have been named. And once you see what that system is, you won't forget them. Okay? So don't just think you're just memorizing marbles on the chart, right? Look at the pattern. And once you spot the pattern, you'll see it. For example, combustion always has CO2 and water coming out of it, or carbon monoxide if it's incomplete and water coming out of it. So you got it. You look for the CO2 coming out, it's probably going to be combustion. Just hints. You look for things like that. Okay? Reaction stoichiometry we already talked about. What's the ratio of A to B? What's the ratio of sodium to chloride to get sodium chloride? That's what you look for when it says stoichiometry of the reaction. You ask, what is the ratio? And if you have a ratio, we can relate those. So in this, you will learn how to relate those ratios and do math according to that. All right? Then reaction yield, basically how much came out. And then we do it by percentage. I got 5 grams out. I was expecting 10 grams. My yield is 50%. Don't make any more of it than that. How much did you get out? 3 grams. How much were we expecting? 4 grams. My yield is 75%. That's how it works. It is that straightforward. However, you must show the work for it. So you will be using math again. Quantitative chemical analysis will use dimensional analysis, where we start with a given and we work it through the process to an output. Okay? And that output is based upon where you started and the units you started with converted to where you want to get to. You got it? All right. So quantitative analysis will be there and reaction yields. The key to success in this chapter is paying attention to the ratios and the units and not violating the principles of math. Violating the principle of math is the major mistake that most freshman chemists make. They just put together any math that feels right. Paying attention to the units will show you how to do that. So watch your units and use proper math, and you'll do just fine in chapter 4. All right? That's it. Thanks.